Welcome to Politics Watch JA. Today we're going to talk about secretary. You know, normally when you talk about secretary, you think about a female. But in a most institution, most organization, we get to understand say, and the male them a become secretary. So today we're going to talk about the general secretary for the two major political parties in Jamaica. That is Jamaica Labour Party and People's National Party. And the General Secretary for the Jamaica Labour Party is Dr. Horace Chang. And the General Secretary for the People's National Party is Dr. DAYTON Campbell. And if you listen closely, it appears that the two of them are medical doctor. But before we go in our discussion, Mr. Logix, talk to the viewers and subscribers them for we, please.
Yeah, man, big up to our viewers and subscribers. And guys, continue to like, share, subscribe to our Politics Watch JE channel. Ensure that you share to your friends and families within your communities, at your workplaces. Big up to everybody also use up the comment section as well. And let us know your views and your feedback.
Yeah, so Mr. Logix, Dr. Horace Chang. We start off with him, right? Dr. Horace Chang is a experienced general secretary for the Jamaica Labour Party.
Yeah, man, he's a seasoned general secretary for the Jamaica Labour Party.
And DAYTON Campbell now, this is his first stint as a general secretary.
His first stint and one of the youngest general secretary in the history of our political history, I should say. And many think that he's inexperienced.
So why is it that a female cannot be a general secretary for the political parties?
Very good question. And what is weird about it? In politics, they say that politics is a man's world, meaning that once it reaches politics, the men will dominate at each level: chairman, secretary, and most of the position in cabinet, most of the seats in parliament. The men will dominate. So I guess that's the reason.
No, so is it that there is no qualified female in these political parties?
Perhaps you will find that I do think there are qualified females, but it is seen, it's also a traditional view that if when it comes to running a campaign or election campaign, the general secretary is normally the person tasked with preparing the party for a general election. And in other words, women are not seen as strong enough to do that type of work. I don't know why. I think it's a sexist view. But generally, just on our tradition, the men are seen as the one that are capable of doing that.
So is that your personal view, Mr. Logix?
No, it's not my personal view, which is the reason why I said it is a sexist view, because I believe that women, especially, for example, over the years, we had our first female prime minister, Portia Simpson Miller, who was, I think she was capable of being the general secretary of the PNP, People's National Party, even though she wasn't, but I think she was good enough to be. In fact, today, I think even Lisa Hanna is good enough to be the secretary for PNP. Jacqueline Samuels, who is the spokesperson and justice, is good enough. In the JLP also, right? I think you could even have Babsy Grange good enough to be the general secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, given her experience
and her
longevity in JLP. So
we think Mike could be the PMP general secretary.
Yeah, that's what I said. In Lisa, and I think is
no, Lisa Hanna come out of politics now.
But she come out of politics. Right now they have Donna Scott, right?
Donna Scott Motley.
Right, Donna Scott, right?
To me still Donna Scott Motley come like a pit bull, you know.
She, I think, could be it as well. I think she's very well educated and all rounded. I also think Jacqueline Samuel, the spokesperson, Justice Attorney General, spokesperson for the position. She also is capable, right? And Natalie, I think the best fit would be right now, giving her charisma, her approach, her hands-on approach would be Natalie Nita Hetley.
So would you think it would be unfair if one of the party have a female general secretary and the other have a male general secretary? Would you think that would impact on a general election?
Actually, I don't think it would have impact the election, given that it is given the way all Jamaicans vote, right? So I don't think it would have much impact because Jamaicans actually vote for popularity in terms of leadership contest. That's the way all Jamaica vote now.
So you know, if you say a female touch in a general secretary might have a better impact on the voters them.
Well, it remains to be seen. That I think depends on the female, because in my opinion, I think if Lisa Anna was still in the PMP, right, I think she would have had a positive effect on them if she was the secretary.
I think Lisa Anna was.
I think that the female has to be actually very popular and capable.
I don't think Lisa Anna was properly marketed. You understand?
She was properly marketed. In my opinion, but I think that's not what ensured that she lost the leadership election. I think it was just a matter of money and power getting the better of the delegate.
But what may I say still? In terms of Dr. DAYTON Campbell and Dr. HORACE Chang now. Dr. HORACE Chang is the member of parliament. He's a member of parliament, deputy prime minister, general secretary, and him having private practice.
Yeah,
plus he's a minister of national security.
The most important portfolio in the country alongside Sudan.
No, but what may I say still? How is it that Dr. HORACE Chang can control have so much posts? How one of them must have a backlog or a disadvantage.
And with all of the posts that Dr. HORACE Chang has, right? It's likely that Dr. HORACE Chang might be what you call the parliamentarian in Jamaica that is making the most money overall.
No, but what
because the reason why I said this now, let our viewers know that the general secretary position within each party, right, both GLP and PMP, is the highest paid position within the party, right? Each party allocated over $1 million to the general secretary in terms of pay package per month.
No,
right? So it's not no normal position. So you're having DAYTON can be getting over $13 million per year just to be general secretary. The same thing for JLP or Chang. So he's getting that money as secretary, then he's getting the money as national security minister. He's also getting the money as deputy prime minister.
Well, what may I say still? Plus minister of national security. But what may I say still? Me not really look for the money where you might get still. But may I say?
But the reason I mentioned the money, because I think that is the reason why they actually Chang is in the position very long, and I think that is the main reason why DAYTON Campbell decided to enter the ring.
No, but what may I say still?
I think money thing was the main factor for both of them.
No, but what may I try to get across, you see? With so much important portfolios, because I don't think HORACE Chang, in my view, is being a good minister of national security.
No, he's a very bad.
And I don't think he's also being a good member of parliament because of the whole crime situation in a constituency.
Right.
Me feel say, I just think that these politicians need to focus on one specific era, because it also can lead to nepotism also. What if the Minister of National Security have to make a decision about the General Secretary or about Deputy Prime Minister or about something else? Them have too much portfolio where them might cause conflict of interest.
it always leads to conflict of interest, right? Remember that remember Minister Chang, right? Since he has been Minister of National Security, on at least 2 occasions, issues of national attention, Chang has intervened in the matter and have the situation get rid of, as in Jamaican terms, right? The plane that landed in Clarendon at the time, that famous plane till they make a song off it, right? You remember that infamous plane that land, right?
Yeah, he
In
plane will
Clarendon at the
land
Rocky
where
Point,
they don't know who land it, like he
right?
drop from
They don't
heaven.
know who landed. Chang intervened in that situation, and there was nothing more. Then the other day, the person that had the altercation at the airport, right, who was a relative to a member of parliament, Chang also intervened in that situation and advised the police that what they should do, and that situation now is a dead matter.
No, but
So
what me say
things
still,
like those conflict of interest will always have been, in fact, conflict of interest has been always an issue with the Minister of National Security, Chang.
alright, for the benefit of the viewers and subscribers, tell me who in those two situations where there was a conflict of interest.
Well, in the situation where with the plane landing Clarendon, right? He came on television and said that the situation was dealt with and they had information. He said that information, who the persons were, and he went on to allude that both persons were, which nobody accepted that explanation that the plane landed. It was 2 kilometers on the plane. That's what he said, and the plane was actually went off radar and ended in Jamaica, which was not their destination. That was his explanation.
No, but
we don't accept that explanation,
as
right?
far as somebody find
And then,
but hold on, I think the people them that say a gas plane run out.
Yeah, that's his explanation, and then he said that he came out on TV that the police is going to look more into the matter, and then he will come on TV and give an update. Up to now, he hasn't given an update on that matter. The matter has been dead since that he made the first, and that was the first and final.
We don't hear nothing else about the matter then.
Update. We don't hear nothing else. We don't see your songs and rumors. Then now the altercation the other day, well, it came out in news. This was all over news, and this was more clear cut. That the security minister directed the police, right, to let go the person that was related to the police.
But you know which
which
politician
them he gave directive.
You know which politician that person was related to?
There's a lot of rumors going around, but I haven't heard anything clear cut as to who the person is related to.
But what may I say still, as a general secretary, you see, you feel say Dayton Campbell can match him up in terms of this upcoming election?
He can, because the secretary position, right? I don't think it's much of a something that is way complex. He can match it up, but here's where I think Dayton is going wrong, and this is why a lot of persons are calling him for his experience. Dayton is trying to move from the traditional general secretary work load, right, where they would just normally do what general secretaries do in traditional terms, right? He's now trying to implement new strategies in selecting candidates, and this is actually causing so many rifts into an already divided PNP. Remember that the PNP is already divided.
Yeah.
And all Dayton Campbell is going about his selection process for candidates, right? Is causing the party to be further divided. What he's doing, instead of listening to delegates in each constituency or areas, he's trying to do polls, right? Party polls, and go after popular candidates. So in other words, he's using polls to determine which person should be the candidate for our constituency. And that is not going down well with the delegates, because the delegates are saying you are bypassing my right.
So hold on.
The candidate.
How the JLP are choose for them candidates for this upcoming general election?
What Dr. Chang has done, he is actually going off what the previous secretaries of the JLP normally do. The JLP, right, is the party, right? Similar to right-wing parties across the world, where they go about selecting candidates for seats within the country, right? That are closely linked to the party, are closely linked to families with the party, are close friends and families. That is all the JLP have done over the years. So guess what? You want a seat within the JLP, you have to ensure that, hey, you're related to somebody that already has a seat. One, whether you're the wife, you're the cousin, you're the brother, you're the sister, you're the son or the daughter, or you are related to a former member of the JLP. That is how they go about this election. Or basically you're a big contributor to the party in terms of finances. So the JLP normally select candidates from a closely knit family and relatives and friends. That is how they go about doing their thing.
So I may ask, in terms of resources.
So their election is not democratic. It's more of a linkage.
In terms of resources, how much does resources play in a role of a general secretary? Because I think
they play a lot of resources because the general secretary they're the ones that have to get party financing from sponsors out there. So the secretary has to go out there and look parties financing, and how they do about it, they have to go, all the big companies in Jamaica, they have to write letters and say, hey, I need X amount of money to go towards my party keeping meetings or events. So everything is on the secretary, the financing and everything.
So in terms of personality, because the polls I don't think there's ever been a polls about the general secretary popularity.
No.
If you see who would have been more popular at this time.
No, there's never been a poll. The reason why, because it is not seen as a popular position within the country. For example, if you should go on the ground right now in Jamaica and ask the average Jamaican who are the secretaries of each party, most persons would not be able to answer that question.
But what may I say still, if Dayton Campbell never losing seat in a center, do you think he would have want to be the general secretary of the People National Party?
No, I don't think he would be. I think he would actually just focus on his seat and try. What I think he would try to be focused on is to be the health spokesperson on health.
So do you think that Dayton Campbell would, even though he's a general secretary now, do you think he would go for trying to get back his seat in the next upcoming general election?
No, he's not going to. And this is the reason why he has taken up the position of general secretary. He has came out and said his sole focus is not interested in being representative for a constituency right now. His sole focus is getting the PMP to win the election, and this is what I think is going to happen. If he gets the PMP to win the next general election, right? He's going to try to get a seat after that within the PMP and then step down as secretary of the party.
So if the JLP win the next election, do you see Horace Chang still being the general secretary?
Yeah, he's still going to be until he probably step down as resign as MP.
In terms of his experience, would you say that because of Horace Chang experience and him doing thing, why the JLP won the last election?
No, I don't think he's the reason. I think he's the leader. The leader is a popular candidate. That's Andrew Holden, and he's what they call a populist candidate, where they use his image to promote the party. Basically, he's more popular than the party itself. That is a negative thing for this general secretary of the party. That's always done. If you find that your leader of the party is more popular than the party, it means that the secretary is not doing a good job of branding the party.
So that wouldn't be between the minister information more than the general secretary.
No, it wouldn't be because the Minister of Information is doing a job that is government. Remember that you have to separate the government from the party. So he's doing a job where he's part of a cabinet and is responding to the government, right? In their capacity as government ministers or as a government, they can't be promoting things of the party, the JP party, because guess what? Both are separate. Regarding to the party now, it is the general secretary that has to brand the party and not those who are in actually government portfolio.
So let me ask you think Mark Golding is more popular than the PNP at this time?
No, it's not. That is the difference now. The PNP is more popular than Mark Golding.
So Andrew Holness is more popular than the JLP while Mark Golding while PNP is more popular than Mark Golding.
Mark Golding, right.
So everything is uphill for Dayton Campbell as General Secretary.
Yeah, it is going uphill for him because he has been, aside from some of the controversies with selection process, he has been doing a good job, doing a good job in terms of the amount of groups that he has organized in the party. And party groups, for just your listeners and viewers, are groups that have 2 or 3 delegates that are able to vote. So since he has come into the party, he has organized at least 300 groups.
So you think that is an improvement over the last?
Right. Yeah. That's a huge improvement because organizing these groups means that he will be able to get out the over 100,000 PNP voters that did not turn out the last election. Because there were, according to the data, over 100,000 members of PNP did not turn up and vote in the last election.
So you think Andrew...
So organizing these groups will be able to get them out, get out all of those comrades.
So you think Andrew Holness make Dr. Horace Chang General Secretary work easier?
It does, given that he's a popular candidate, it makes his I think that he gives Chang basically nothing much to do, given that the leader is popular. He doesn't have much to do.
So if there was to be a debate between Dr. Horace Chang and Dayton Campbell, who would you see taking that debate?
Well, given the what we have seen in debates already, I think Dayton Campbell is a better spokesperson, a better person in terms of his eloquence and his debating skills, and he would actually win that debate.
No, but Horace Chang is more experienced. He's more experienced.
Yeah, Horace Chang is more experienced, but Horace Chang is not very good on diction and speeches. He's not good at making speeches. Dayton Campbell has done a lot of debate on TV. Almost every election is part of the PNP debate group.
So the General Secretary position, you know, do you think it is a key role in deciding the election?
It is, because right now it's the PNP that need to get back into government. The JLP seems like they are comfortable with where they are, and they have a right to be because they are 49. So they are thinking there's no way that PNP can overturn so many seats, right? There's no way they're going to leave so many seats. So the PNP General Secretary, he has to be working overtime, right? I think his approach as to what he's trying to do and get what he's trying to do, he's trying to get the candidate in the constituency in place from now, which is a good sign. But for me, I think he should have get those candidates in place from the last time they lost the election. He should just get them up and running from that time.
But remember, you know, Horace Chang also have to prepare for your election too as a General Secretary.
Yeah, he also has to prepare for a General Secretary, but you won't see, normally the party that is in government, the General Secretary of that party generally prepared last. They are normally the last one to start preparing because they have other government business doing. They are not going to find Chang preparing right now.
Does the General
Secretary... And guess what? His Prime Minister, his leader, the advantage that the Secretary has, Horace Chang, is that the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, right, would have indicated to the Secretary when he's going to call the election. But the Secretary...
that is what I was about to ask, you know.
He knows when Andrew is going to call the election, so guess what? He knows that he don't have to prepare now. If he don't seem preparing, it means that Andrew is thinking, I am not going to call the election.
Okay. Alright, viewers and subscribers, I want to thank you for listening thus far. Mr. Logic, talk to them, the viewers and subscribers, before we leave here.
Yes, viewers and subscribers, big up on yourself. Again, remember to like this video, like of all of our videos, and ensure that you subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed to our channel, and share our channel with your friends, your family, relatives, community at your workplaces, and get them subscribed as well, and use up the comment section.
Viewers and subscribers in a Jamaica and across the diaspora, in a different continents and different country, I want to tell you thanks for your support thus far, and continue to give us your support. Until then, we soon again.